you've kind of you've dismantled, taken apart the sequence and what used to be like a very like delineated this, then this, then this, and this is this type of content works for here, this type of content works for here, and you have to move people through that funnel and take them on that journey, and that's just all been mashed together. I guess two questions. How do you at Jellyfish take your clients on that journey of understanding actually the paradigms are shifting, it's not this clearly laid out journey anymore, we can do, like you said, all that in one go, see a beautiful Instagram, buy a beautiful dress, and how do you then conceive of that journey and the funnel, or is it out the window, or is it just different?
I think every category and certainly every category, every brand to some extent probably has a personalized version of the funnel. And I think that's always been the case. I have never actually done the thinking or research on this that I've always told myself I wanted to do. I do think for sort of certain categories like fashion, it can be very, you sort of fall through it and you spend money before you realize. But for things like broadband or banking, I know, and that's been well established that brand building is more important in those categories because people want to spend less of their active brain time thinking about it. So you really have to kind of get to their lizard brain because that's the only bit that's going to engage with it. But how do we talk to clients about it? It massively depends on where the clients are. So we definitely have clients coming in who are super good at the performance and programmatic side of things and are maybe at the point where they just cannot get any more efficiencies. Like they can't just keep pushing that button. They're at the point of diminishing returns. So then there's an education piece to be done about, well, actually, if you start reaching more audiences, building your brand more, creating more, you harvested all the possible demand, it's time to create more demand. And again, this is another Tom Roachism, but we talk about the performance plateau, which is that point where you've basically like maxed out your efficiencies, harvested all possible demand. You have to go out and create more demand and do what we would probably call brand building. That's not always language that the people we talk to immediately get. Not everyone knows what it means anyway, even if when we use it, or want to hear. So I think it's really about figuring out where people are, what the challenges are facing their brand, where they feel comfortable, where it's a bit of a stretch for them. And then because we have the media and the analytics teams, we can build the models, we can run the data, we can project what this will deliver for them. So we are able to get kind of down into the practical details through that amount of integration that we offer. So I think we tend to have more clients in that camp rather than people who have been spending loads and loads and loads of money on super fancy TV ads and kind of need to move into the performance piece. But we do have some of those as well. So yeah, it's completely bespoke to every client and the challenges that they're facing.